guys, I'm quite new to this, so I'm going to show you in general how to do a wood Christmas decoration out of wood size. So basically they come like this, and then you can paint them whatever colour really that you want to paint them with. I usually generally use the chalk finish furniture paint, which is a chalky white. Sorry, you can see it now. Or you can spray it with a chalky finish paint, but I prefer to use the chalk finish in the tin. Usually in general I use these sort of brushes, only because these sort of brushes you can guide it into the edges without overlapping the edges. With these wooden slices, they do come in different shapes. Sometimes they can generally be a bit off shape, so you gotta get a suitable picture. Sometimes they're quite round, sometimes they can be quite out of shape, but just make sure you've got suitable pictures that will go with the shape of the pictures that you're choosing. They come in all different sizes, 4 centimeters, 5, 6 to 7, 8 to 9, then you've got 8 to 10. I generally use the 8 to 10s only because a lot of the pictures are 9 centimeters plus. So I use mulberry paper. I'll go through that in a minute now, how to get the best finish. But there is mulberry paper you can get with fibres. I prefer to use the ones without fibres because I find the fibres get in the way. But I'll go through that in a second. So I'm not going to paint them, guys. I have painted them in advance. Only because it saves time, otherwise you're going to be looking for quite a long time while I'm painting them, basically, because you've got to take your time. So I've painted a few ready. So this is what they look like when they've been painted. And that's that way. There's a few I've painted, so there they are. You can see. So just bear with me a second. So I've chose, so this is mulberry paper. You can get napkins, which are decoupage napkins online, but you've got to make sure that with these decoupage napkins you are able to use it for decoupage. This is called decoupage. Some of them are copyrighted, so you've got to be really careful. Alright, so I'm going to choose this one. Usually I use a brush with a bit of water. I don't know if you can see that from here. Yes, you can. So what I'll do is gradually wet the paper. So basically you're ripping the image out rather than using scissors, because it's the best finish then, it blends in with the wood a bit better. So basically you're ripping, just of course don't go through onto the image because you ruin the image. There's lots of places online that you can actually buy these, all different ones. There's ones in general, there's images of animals, there's dogs, cats, cows, one of my favourite. I'm doing Christmas decorations this time, of course, because we're close to Christmas. Usually I do a couple of craft sales once in a while when I get a chance to. Let me just show you. So that's what it looks like so far. Just bear with me a second. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing there. So you're basically ripping the excess off. Just with a bit of water, that's all I'm using. Of course, to give it a good finish then. Bear with me a second. Right, so the glue I usually use for this is Mod Podge. You can get a couple of different versions. I use the, what have I got? I've got the gloss. So what happens then, I paint it on to glue the image on. And then use the gloss then to go back over the top to make sure that it's stuck. And I do that a few times because that seals the paintings, the picture. So if it seals the picture, then we know then it's not going to be any issues with it coming off. Then I use then a string at the end then to hang on the tree. But hang on a second. 2 seconds. Yeah, I seal them a few times just to make sure they're sealed on both sides as well, because otherwise you might find the paint may chip. So right, so that's before it's glued on. So see, it's a good shape. Make sure it's all level. Got a bit there, I can see from the camera lens. 2 seconds. Right, so I'm going to start doing the glue now. So what I usually do is bend a little bit of it back. Just be very careful. Let me just open my glue. So the glue, these are the brushes I tend to use. This is it's actually a Decoupage glue brush, I believe, online. You can find them on Amazon. Right, so this is what I do. So I glue like that. Oh gosh, I didn't need to do that. So that bit's glued down. So then I lift it from the other end now. Use that to hold it down. So I gradually go past, and then you won't have any bubbles, you won't have any rips, you won't have any bumps. See? Bear with me a second, I've got a bit stuck. My brush is a bit wet. I tend not to use wet brushes because that tends to liquidize the glue, so you'll be careful with that as well. Right, so that's it glued. As you can see, I've got a little bit overlap in the wood. I tend to break them off with my hand only because it makes it look a bit more flush. There we are, it's easier to break off now because you can see where you're going. So basically what you need to do is Mod Podge over the top just to seal it. Go either way. It does dry clear, so don't panic. It does come out white like this, but it does dry clear, so don't panic. Right, okay. Right, so that's it done. And then with the string, then usually I use a jute string or just a glittery string. Craft stores, you can buy them from the range, Amazon, whatever you fancy really, whatever you think would go with your tree or whatever you think would go nice with the picture. This one would probably be nice with a jute string or a red string. Alright guys, so when this is dry now, I generally go over it again, and when it's dry then I'll go for the back. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like. Hopefully I will make more videos soon. We'll see how it goes. I'm quite new to this, but I'm quite enjoying making things decoupage, and I also make a few macrame things as well, so I'm going to try and do some videos of them as well. Thanks guys.